Instagram. And today is going to be a pretty interesting topic I want to talk about that a lot of people have asked me throughout the years. Okay. And it's one to how do you protect yourself from other people's negative energy so it doesn't drain you, doesn't drag you down, doesn't affect you as much, right? So that's going to be the topic for today. And I'm going to wait for folks to pop on here. I know it takes some time to get people on live. And you all know the drill. If you can see me and hear me, comment yes and yes below. If you have somebody that you want to watch this, share it with them right now or tag them below because I'm about to like literally give you guys a powerful technique. So if you are the type to where you're easily affected by other people's energies, right? You're feeling fine in your own zone, but when you go out to the public, out where it's crowded, for some reason it just affects you, right? It affects you to where you can't. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Sometimes it's manageable, right? Sometimes it's overwhelming. You can't think. You can't operate. It's just like you've reached your limit, right? And if you experience roller coaster emotions throughout the day, what I'm about to share with you is actually really, really, really powerful. Okay, so while we're waiting for people to pop on here, if you can see me and hear me, yes and yes, and let me know where you're tuning in from, and if you have friends that will benefit, tag them here so they can join me live or catch the replay. Okay. All right. So we have people here. Awesome. Looks like I'm good to go. All right. So let's get started. Let's fix this a little bit of camera. There you go. So here's the thing. Okay. Energy, as you all know, and I keep preaching it because it's true, and I want to keep saying it, is the one thing that's invisible, but it's the one thing that affects us all. It affects our quality of life. It affects the way we show up in our relationships. It affects our level of abundance that we experience, and it affects, our level of happiness, like our level of fulfillment, of joy, right? And we are energetic beings. I mean, it's been proven we are, and our energy interacts with other people's energies and vice versa, right? And the small picture is like, sure, you walk out there, you're feeling great, somebody's negative, they affect you, throws you off. The big picture, right? Once you master your energy, is like you walk out there, you're positive, you're vibing high. It doesn't matter if the whole freaking town is vibrating negative. Like your energy is so powerful, so strong, so potent, so loving, so uplifting that you will lift everybody else up, right? But we're not. Sometimes it's easier said than done, and we gotta build to that. But for today's lesson, it is how do you protect yourself from other people's negative energy? And I'm gonna go macro and micro on that as well, right? Because the goal is to not have to protect yourself, right? When you're in a high vibration, like today, I'm gonna be going to the retreat center because I have a Geo Love certification level 2 that I'm teaching. Like when I am serving at the highest levels, I get put to a vibration where I don't need protection. I really don't. Because on certain levels, things don't show up, things don't register, and I'm so fueled by a higher power, whatever that means to you guys, and whether it's God, universe, guides, your source, and I'm fueled by that I have so much expansive energy that I can deal with so many things, and things don't affect me, things don't show up in that vibration, right? So when I'm there, protection isn't needed. But am I serving every single second of the day, 24/7, when my vibration is really, really high? No. Some days I'm just human, right? Experience human stuff, human problems, human issues in family, in business, in life, in purpose work, in the fluctuations of energy that in, and in those days, are there times to where I need to protect myself? Absolutely. So protection isn't a way of being to where you're always constantly worried about protecting yourself. But at the beginning, it's so important because here's the thing: if you are consistently, and by the way, as I'm doing this, and if you guys are loving this, just do a hashtag breakthrough or hashtag aha moment in the comment section, and leave me your biggest breakthrough. And this helps me create more content that you all are gonna love. Okay. And also let me know if you're watching this live, hashtag live or hashtag replay if you're catching this in the replay. But here's the thing: at the beginning, when you are so overwhelmed and you are so anxious and you're absorbing everybody else's energies, right? The first step is just to know your energy, to experience calm, to experience peace, to know what it's like to not have to deal with that because you can breathe finally. You can be in your own, zone, your own center, right? And so at the beginning, do I advise going on a 7, 14, 30-day sprint of protecting yourself for doing these techniques so that you know what it feels like to be energetically protected? Absolutely. Absolutely. Is it going to be like that forever? No. But at the beginning, it's good so you know the difference. You know the difference of like, oh, this is how I feel when I'm absorbing everybody's stuff and I'm overwhelmed, and this is how I feel when I'm clear. And when you know the distinction, you know there's something that could be better. You know it could be better because you've experienced it. Right? Does that make sense? Does that track? So that's what I want to talk about today. Because the thing is, we absorb other people's energies all the time. And sometimes, we are on such a high vibration that it doesn't bother us. We can roll with it. But sometimes when we've given it our all, or if we're experiencing the humanistic stuff in life, we're in a very lower, very different vibration to where anything is going to be like the straw that broke the camel's back, right? So one thing to realize is we need to try to put protection mechanisms so that we're not absorbing the things that are going to drag us down on the days that we need it the most. For example, what I'm about to teach you, I taught this to one of my clients that went through one of my earlier energy healing certification programs. Okay, she went through it, and people go through my program, my energy healing certification. Sometimes it's for themselves. They're experiencing so much, it's overwhelming, and they want to do it for themselves, right? They're in chronic pain, or they're always down, and they've tried everything, nothing works. Sometimes they do it for others. It's a loved one that they had to do it for. There's their son, their kid, somebody in pain, and they want to be able to help them, so they go through it for them. And sometimes they want to do it for purpose work. They want to help the world. They want to, they want to really elevate others. So this specific individual was doing it for herself because she couldn't go to the grocery store. I think it's been 15, 20 years. She couldn't go and do her own groceries because she would go on a full-on overwhelm, anxiety, panic attack, right? So she would go down one aisle and not finish and would have to call her friend to pick her up and go home, and somebody else would do the groceries for her. And it was debilitating. It wasn't a way to live life, right? So when I met her in my workshop, I tuned in and I'm like, you're extremely, extremely sensitive, open, tuned in. insert the word of choice to energy. Your third eye is completely just absorbing everything and anything, and such. Because the thing is, when your third eye is open, it can be, depending on how big your aura is, it can be you're absorbing stuff from people within 6 feet around you, or within 100 feet, or within miles, or within cities, or like depending on how big your aura is and how your third eye is wired, how open it is, that might happen, right? So for hers, it was pretty active. So everybody in the grocery store, she would absorb their energy, right? Absorb their energy. It was too overwhelming. She went from 0 to 60 real quick, and it was too overwhelming. It was like a car overheating because she had to leave. So I taught her how to protect her energy, and that made all the difference. Okay, I remember a few weeks later, I heard from her and said, Oliver, I did my first grocery store run, start to end, and no issues. And let me tell you, she's been working on it for 15 or 20 years, been taking stuff for it, like, been talking to therapists about it, couldn't figure it out, right? Tried everything. And energy was the one thing that moved the needle for her, right? So so that's the power of it. And And I want to share with y'all what I taught her because it's very, very simple. It's the principle of creating energetic shields, right? And again, I can go and talk in depth for a day or for weeks about this because it gets deeper, right? But the principle is three things. Intention is number one. Sacred geometry is number two. Color is number three. Okay? So intentions are super important, right? Like prayers, like intentions are extremely powerful. I know people that have created miracles just by setting a pure intention, right? In a state of complete and total surrender or just like wanting help, right? So prayers and intentions, they're very, very powerful. So the intention that I always set is, and it's always something that I recommend people do because, again, you don't know what moves the needle for you in terms of creating protection. But if you layer, I'm big on layering things. Like, intention works by itself, sacred geometry works by itself, like, color works by itself. But if you layer all three, trifecta effect, it's powerful. It's more powerful. It's more potent, and it works faster, works better, right? So intention is like call on to your higher power, God, higher power, universe, guides, angels, whatever. Again, fill in the blanks, whatever you believe in, because whether regardless of your background, your beliefs, like energy is something that is really common across whatever background belief you have. We all feel it, right? And so, God, higher power, universe, please protect me from any toxic, fear based, negative energies or entities for the next 24 hours. Right? I only want to receive what's for the highest good for me to receive and experience. So be it. Thank you. Right? So that's what I call setting a parameter. Right? So you set an intention, and I always encourage people to set an intention. All right? Because intentions are super powerful when you do it in this manner. So you set an intention. Second thing that you do, right, is there's several sacred geometries, but for the sake of this, okay, we're going to talk about a bubble. So imagine a bubble around you, right? Around you. And this bubble, again, could be as big or as small. Some people are claustrophobic, but it doesn't matter. Play around with it. So imagine and you're around this bubble, right? Second thing, the sacred geometry, again, I can talk days about the power of sacred geometry. It's like literally everywhere in creation. It's what I call the language of God, right? Because it's just everywhere. It's powerful. And there's a lot of uses for it. In this case, it's for protection. And it's for strengthening and amplifying what we're about to do next, which is after you set the intention, you imagine a bubble, right? Then you go through different colors. You can go through it, but you might try white, and you imagine white light coming down from the heavens. And when it comes down from the heavens, it literally touches the bubble and fills the outside part of it, with that white light, and fills the inside part of it. So now you're in a bubble that's filled with divine light, divine white light that is filling the bubble, which holds its form, and the intention, which strengthens its form as well, right? And you have it in there, and you're now in this bubble. And you're using three that you're layering and you're stacking. You're using intention, sacred geometry, okay, and you're using color and light, because light. I love energy and color and light therapy in this way for energy purposes, because I look at light, I look at sound and sacred geometry. They are light itself is like faster than sound, right? And they're very powerful, different uses. But light is a vehicle for I look at it as a vehicle for transmitting energy potently from one place to another. So if I'm transmitting energy from God, higher power, universe, from the top coming down, right, setting the intention, then that is transferred and transmitted to me through that light. in the fastest amount of way possible because light travels really, really fast. And then it is now contained in this bubble, sacred geometry, which can hold its form, right? And as you do this, you might try, like, white, purple, gold, blue. Try around, see whatever color works best for you. And after you do it, after you experience it, try going out. Try doing it before a call, before an important call, or before you go out, or before you go to do something that's typically intense and throws you off. Try it out, because here's the thing, okay? Once you start realizing and finding the combination of the right sacred geometry, the right color, the right modality of you stacking, then that's when things become easy, because you now realize that you have the tools and you can go to anywhere, any place, anytime, talk to anybody, show up, and that your energy is contained. That even if somebody's experiencing a tremendous amount of negativity around you, that you're not absorbing it, because now you've got the light, the intention, the sacred geometry there, holding space for you to make sure that you are not absorbing the things that are not for the highest good for you to experience and absorb during that period of time. Does that make sense? So that's one of my favorite techniques that I wanted to share, because it's powerful, it's simple, something that you can do today. And if you actually tried it out already in the past, let me know. I'll be curious about what worked for you, what sacred geometry, what color. And if you haven't, try it out. And after you try it out, come back to this pose. You can let me know how it worked for you. Okay? Because this is something that's really, really powerful, and it's one of the techniques, like, that I share, like, in a lot of my certification programs. Is just like, you've got to master your energy. You got to protect your energy, because there's different levels to it. You got to first protect your energy. Once you protect your energy, now you can clear your energy, because once you protect, you're stopping anything external from affecting you. Then once that stops, now it comes time to clearing, because there's a lot of stuff from childhood till now energetically that affects you. So you clear the blocks. Once you learn how to do that, learn how to raise your vibration, learn your spiritual gifts, learn how to do this for other people. You see what I mean? So you empower yourself, and then you can empower others, right? So that is my lesson for today, really, is I want to share with you guys a powerful technique on how you can protect your energy by using 3 really powerful techniques, like, intention, sacred geometry, and light, and you layer them, right? So that when you layer them, it as a multiplier effect, it amplifies it, okay? And it works really, really well. All right. So if you enjoyed this, I'm glad that you did. I'm gonna try to do these lives more often, and as I'm inspired, because I want to be able to make this knowledge more accessible to others. Okay. And if it's something that you enjoyed and you want to learn more, I want to invite you. We actually have an upcoming 8-week energy healing certification program. You can do it live, like these people are that I'm about to meet, and some that they can't fly over here, because we have, like, clients from 60 plus different countries and they can't fly. There's a virtual component to it as well. And if you want to learn how to do that, like, Facebook, like, there's a link in the comment section to learn more about the upcoming program. For Instagram, the link is in the link is in the bio. Check it out. See if it's right for you, right? For some people, they do it again because they want to be able to work on themselves, release their blocks, and they do it for themselves. For some, you do it for a loved one, or you do it for a family member, someone in pain, a friend. And for some, you do it for their purpose work, because they want to be able to change the world, make a difference, and raise their vibration on a daily basis, and know how to make an impact. So it's something that I teach, and we've had lots and lots, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people from all over the world whose lives have changed for the better. They've changed their families' lives, and now they're out there just, like, helping others. Okay, so if you're interested, Facebook, link in the comment section below, Instagram in the bio. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me today. It was my pleasure to serve. I hope that you guys try this technique out. I hope that it makes a difference. I know it will, because I've taught this so many times that the feedback is amazing, and I'm only sharing with you guys things that I know work for sure. All right? Thank you, everybody. Thanks for watching this. I love you all. And remember, when you heal yourself, you heal others, and you also heal